Hey everyone, this is Lady Sweetheart and welcome back to the Disney Princess Challenge. So, last episode we did age up Tiana and Charlotte to teens, and then this is going to be basically where we get to see Tiana's life as a teenager, because next episode I do plan to go ahead and age her up to a young adult, because most of Tiana's story takes place after she's already grown. And also with our challenge, it basically doesn't start until Tiana becomes a young adult. So I just kind of feel like with this challenge, we've been in this period of like just being stagnant, especially since most of Cynda's story was done by the time she became a young adult. And so like we have to go through this whole generation now before Tiana becomes a young adult. And I just feel like it's been a little stagnant, and I'm excited to just get moving and also to get into Tiana's story. So today's episode is going to be all about just getting an inside view into Tiana's life as a teenager. So it's the next day from where we last left off when Tiana became a teenager. Tiana is at school and Cynda is just outside playing in the snow with little Jameson when she looks over and notices a familiar face in the city. Of course, many of you will remember this beautiful man, Gaul, actually worked on the serving staff with Cynda and Gavin back in King Noel's castle, and he and Cynda sort of had started to develop a little bit of a romance at that time as well, although of course ultimately Cynda did end up choosing to be with James, which actually broke Gaul's heart. Gaul has actually done very well for himself. He actually is running a very successful tattoo shop in Newcrest. If you remember with Gail's story, his father had actually passed away when he was little, and he was a tattoo artist, and you can't tell because he's in his cold weather outfit. I guess you can see a little bit on his neck, but Gail loves tattoos. But they're just catching up, and obviously by now Gail would have heard about the tragedy that happened with James. And so he's expressing his condolences to her about that. And it actually looked like they also got some kind of sentiment here. It says, "You're so fun to be around. I really enjoy spending time with you. And I hope you feel that way about me too." But I am going to have her, because I'm curious myself, I want to see if she can ask him if he's single. You know, did Gail move on after all of these years? And I don't know if you can always ask Sims that, but she still has a romance bar with him. It's absolutely blank by now because it's been so long since they've been romantic. But that could be why that option came up. But I'm curious to see. Because it does seem like these two are really enjoying catching up with each other. Cinderella has learned that Gail is single. Well, that answers our question. So let me know what you think about the idea of Cynda and Gail possibly rekindling their romance. Oh my gosh, poor Tiana. What's wrong with you, dear? She's very sad. Oh, she's having a mood swing. I believe she doesn't have work today. Yeah, she doesn't have work until tomorrow, and it is 4:55. So you know what? Maybe we try to get her out of this funk, and maybe we can send her out tonight to do something kind of fun with Charlotte. Oh, it looks like Gail decided to just come in and spend a little time hanging out. So I'm going to try to get her out of this mood, and then hopefully we can send her and Charlotte out to spend a little bit of time together. Because looking at this girl, I would say she definitely needs it. So I believe I was able to get her out of her bad mood. It's already 6:14 at night. Because Tiana's story doesn't really focus much on her teen years, I don't see doing much with the high school pack with Tiana's story. However, I feel like I haven't done a lot with the high school pack. I was going to do a high school LP, and then I just got overwhelmed, and it just didn't make sense to do it. Maybe we have them go to, there's like a carnival in Copperdale. I've never sent any Sims there, so maybe we can just have Charlotte and Tiana spend a little bit of time there tonight. So let's send our hardworking girl out here just to have a little bit of fun, because she is a teen. And having some fun sometimes is a big part of it too. Charlotte, my dear, you do not look appropriately dressed for this weather. So I'm going to send them here together. The place does not look very hoppin'. I mean, I guess the Ferris wheel is running, but that does make sense with the weather. It's not exactly the right season or weather for a carnival, but hey, I wanted to check it out, and I've never sent any Sims here before. I've had this pack for months, and I feel like I really haven't done anything with it. And I feel like although Tiana is definitely a little bit of an all work and no play kind of girl, we know Charlotte is definitely not that type. And I feel like Charlotte, if nothing else, would be dragging Tiana out. Like, come on, Tia, you don't work today. Like, we have to go do something fun. Charlotte, I feel like, is definitely good for bringing a little bit of fun into the dynamic, which I feel like is much needed for someone like Tiana. Because she's so hardworking. And she's so goal-oriented. I like that, you know, Charlotte can kind of bring that fun to Tiana's life a little bit. So I wonder what kinds of things they can do. I'm assuming that they could probably ride the Ferris wheel together. I don't believe, though, again, I've never had any Sims do it, but I don't believe you can actually watch them ride the Ferris wheel, though. Yeah, it's as I thought. I don't think we can see them. That's unfortunate. You know, it would have, I feel like, been a good choice on the team's part to at least have in one of these spots a place where as they go by, you could get like a picture or something with them. So I'm kind of disappointed in that, although to be honest, I'm not super surprised. Oh my gosh, wait, can they take photos together? Take a mischievous photo. I like that idea. So I wonder, does she actually get the photos in her inventory? That's what I'm curious about. And it gave her mischief skill. Interesting. Is she looking at the photos? Oh my goodness, she is. Can we see the photo? Wow, it just looks like a blurry, like greenish blob there. Now this is interesting. This to me looks like an ice skating rink, and not everyone who has the high school pack is necessarily going to have seasons, so I wonder if this is one of those things that only appears if you have the seasons pack. Yeah, girl, it is 11 o'clock. You have a big day tomorrow between school and your job and trying to get your homework done at the last minute because, as you can see, she has not done her homework. So we are definitely sending her home. Oh my goodness. Like, seriously, I'm sorry, but this should not happen. Like, clearly, in the interim of when we were gone, Jameson would have some food to eat. Like, they should just assume that. I mean, if people get their toddlers taken away for things like this, like, that is ridiculous. Where is this child even at, by the way? Oh, and like, because that totally makes sense that he would be up here, you know, in Tiana's room, like, starving. Anyway, well, I guess we'll just put that there because I don't want him to get taken away. But, you know, it's kind of the point where everybody needs to be going to bed, including poor Tiana. And now she's got her little baby brother in the room with her, as well as Bruno, who decided he's going to eat the French toast off the floor. Lovely. But, you know, it's midnight. Poor Tiana's just now getting to bed. But yeah, now that we're home, let's check out these pictures and see how they came out. And I did do all three. Oh, you can't. Why do they have to be spaced that far apart? I'm assuming this is the mischievous photo. It's kind of awkward that they have to be spaced out so far apart. I wonder with the tool mod or in build mode if I would be able to fix this, because this would look kind of cute, like if you could kind of scatter them around a little bit. And I do like having these because Tiana's room is so bare because of our lack of funds that it would help liven up her room a little bit. So I probably will work on that off camera. I think that will just be super cute. So Tiana has just woke up the next morning. It is about 5:15 in the morning. Obviously, she's got to get herself situated and ready because she has a very long day. Not only does she have school, but she also has her first day of work today starting at 5. So she's basically going to be busy from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock at night. 8 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night. Tiana, as you can see, is pretty hungry, so I'm going to have her eat some cereal and also sit and watch the cooking channel for ideas about recipes because we know she absolutely loves learning about cooking. I am going to see if we can get her to do at least a little bit of her homework if she has time, but I do want to get her fun up first because she does have such a taxing day ahead of her. And being that it's already 7:15, I'm probably not going to be able to get her to get any homework done, but that's the way it goes sometimes. And it looks like little Jameson is up just in time for the morning. I love his little cloud pajamas and how they actually match the wallpaper in his room. I definitely didn't plan that, but it is pretty cute. Also, Tiana, my friend, why are you not going to school? Oh, okay, so she is, and we are actually going to join her just because I do want to, since this is the only episode we're really going to have her be a teen, I want to get a little bit of a sense of what things are like for her as a teenager. Hopefully Charlotte will be here as well. I don't know if she will. Tiana, my girl, why are you bringing dirty dishes to school? And it doesn't look like they are going to send Charlotte, unfortunately. What I could actually probably have her do is try to get some of her schoolwork done. I don't know if that really helps their grade if they don't finish it, but we can always try. And I feel like Tiana would very much be that kid. I had a couple of years in high school where, like, I was working part-time and I was in activities and I went obviously to school all day. And I can tell you there were many days where I was rushing to get my homework done the day it was due in the morning, in the class before. So I definitely feel where she's at. And I know that that does happen sometimes. Like sometimes that is the only way that you're going to be able to get everything done. But it does look like class is about to start, so unfortunately, she is going to have to cut her homework time short, only having gotten 25% of it done. It says she's acquired the writing skill, but also the archaeology skill, as well as the Salvadoradian culture skill. Interesting. So I wonder what class she's actually in right now. Oh, so I did want to talk to you, though, a little bit about my idea of what to do to sort of make things a little bit more true to Tiana's story. So the challenge doesn't require anything like this, but we know in the movie, a big part of the movie takes place in the swamp where she and Naveen basically hide out while they're under their respective spells or curses where they're frogs, and obviously can't make them into frogs with the game. Like, there's just not a way to do that. But what I was thinking might be cool, we don't have an actual swamp, but I thought maybe we could do something like, okay, she's at lunch now, so I got to get her to lunch, but I'll keep talking about it. What I was thinking is, I would say probably the closest thing that we would have available would be Salvadorada. And I thought maybe they could sort of be, like, for a time in the story, be out in the Salvadoradian wilderness, like in the jungle. And maybe, I don't know, like somehow they have to collect a certain amount of things, maybe some kind of thing to do with like getting the Salvadoradian collectibles or something before they're able to get out, something along those lines, because I just feel like the challenge is great and the requirements are great overall, but I just feel like that's such a big part of the movie and such a big part of the story of the developing bond between Tiana and Naveen. Like, I just don't know how well that would come across without kind of adding that sort of environment in. So let me know what you guys think about that, or if you have any more solid ideas. Like I said, my thoughts were maybe they are kind of trapped out into the Salvadoradian jungle until they're able to gather like all of the, I have to take a look at all the collectibles of Salvadorada. I'm honestly not brushed up on them, but like maybe pick one category and they have to get all of those collectibles before they're able to escape. And that's sort of like how they can break the curse. So anyway, yeah, let me know what you think about that idea. But basically, yes, I'm talking about adding more requirements to the challenge for myself and making it a little bit more challenging. Just to make it a little bit more true to the story. I'm trying to see what kind of displays they have. I don't see anything. Well, maybe this one's related to cooking. I mean, it looks like there's something here, so maybe she can come over here. It actually looks like the presenter is some kind of like doctor or something. I don't know. But we'll just pretend it's something to do with cooking since, like, there's this little thing here. Well, Tiana's home from school now. It's already almost 3:30 though, and she does have to be at work by 5. So I'm going to check her really quick and just make sure she's doing okay, because she really doesn't have much time before she has to be off to work. She already looks like she's so over everything, and she still has to go to work today. Work for Tiana starts in 1 hour. Maybe we can have her watch a little bit of TV, just to kind of de-stress a little bit before she goes to work. And hey, if she's watching the cooking channel, maybe it'll help inspire her for her job. Little Bruno's sitting here next to her too, which he looks like he needs a bath. So Cynda, can you get on that? I mean, you're consumed with cleaning the tub, but I feel like Bruno needs to be in the tub. We're definitely missing the presence of James. James was always so good about keeping Bruno bathed and taking him on walks. I feel like that was definitely a good reason why poor Bruno was so upset and devastated when James passed, because they really did end up developing quite a bond. But at least it looks like we did get a chance to get Tiana's fun up before she has to go off to work. Oh my goodness, she looks so cute in her little fast food outfit. I know we can't see her go to work, but she looks adorable. Tiana is still at work, but we got a notification that Ara Snow White had 2 male babies with Gavin Grumpy, Jamar Snow White, and Dennis Snow White. So they did have 2 twin little boys. I am going to go in and change the names. It is now 9 o'clock. Tiana did just get home from her job, and as expected, she is pretty exhausted. So anyway, I am going to actually go ahead and end it off here. I am super excited that next episode we can finally get started on this challenge, for real. Because I have some really good ideas for Tiana's story, and I'm just super excited to get going on this. But let me know in the comments what you think about the idea that I talked about of sort of having part of the challenge take place in Salvadorada. Don't forget to like the video if you did enjoy it. Also, don't forget to drop a comment below. I do always love hearing what you have to say. It honestly does make my day. Thank you all for being the absolute best, and I will see you later. Bye.